Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new users, my name is Nikki. For those of you that are returning, thank you so much for joining me today. A couple things happened today that I'm super excited about. One thing is I am a huge basketball fan, and the NBA has finally released the first half of their schedule for the upcoming season. Yay, super excited about that. I'm really looking forward to seeing if anybody can take on LeBron James and the Lakers as they go forth for a repeat of their championship. Everybody wants to talk about, oh, their first championship didn't count because it was COVID. There's an asterisk by it. Skip wants to hate. I love Skip Bayless, but he hates way too much on LeBron James. So I'm right there with you, Shannon Sharp. LeBron James is the GOAT right now, and nobody's getting ready to beat them. So super looking forward to the basketball season up and coming. And I cannot wait. I love sports. I cannot wait for them to be back. The second exciting thing that happened, I am also a huge Grey's Anatomy fan, and George O'Malley came back yesterday. So hopefully, that's just he's passing through and Meredith is able to wake up. But it was return of George O'Malley. So that was so nice to see. He died way too early, in my opinion, but we still love you, Shonda. We still love you. Okay, so today's segment, we're gonna talk about the return of periods. Oh, I got mine yesterday, and I mean, my body's starting to work back the way it was pre-pregnancy, but who wants a freaking period? And mine are horrific and horrible, and it just triggers me, and I hate them so much. But hey, at least I know I can get pregnant again. Not that that's happening anytime soon. I'm trying to get my first baby out of diapers and hopefully walking before we have that conversation again. But I can't get pregnant again. But periods, oh my God, periods. Gosh, what can I say about them? What can I not say about them? Mine, I hate them. One of the single best things about being pregnant, in my opinion, is the fact that they were gone and away with. It was not something I had to worry about. It was not something that was in the back of my mind every single month. It's like, oh, 1 week after period. Oh, it's great. 2 weeks after period. Oh, it's great. 3 weeks after period. Oh my gosh. It's starting to be in the back of my mind. It's coming to the forefront. And then boom, it hits. So it's not my friend. It's not somebody that I look forward to seeing on a monthly basis. It's not something that, it's great because it's a reminder that I'm not pregnant. Yes, it is a reminder that I'm not pregnant. Well, that's not necessarily true. When I got pregnant in December, I spotted, which made me think that my period was on its way. So when I got pregnant in December, I was cramping a lot, and I spotted, but it was not a heavy flow, which then led me to believe that I was pregnant, because the periods that I have, really heavy, day 2, spot day 1, really heavy day 2, day 3, and then I'm done by day 4. And by day 2, it's excruciatingly painful. I have to take medication. I don't like taking medication, but I do have to take it on my periods. They are horribly painful, and they have been that way as long as I can remember when I got my period. I remember when I was, oh gosh, 8th grade, I think, and it was Christmas Day, and I was bleeding, but I didn't want to tell anybody, and I didn't really understand the context of cramps. I didn't really realize why I was in pain. I knew it had something to do with my period, but I didn't really understand, you know, cramping and menstrual cycles and periods. I was only in 8th grade, and it was still decently new to me. I think I got my period in the 7th grade. So 8th grade, it was still new. But I remember on Christmas Day that I was just having these intense pains, like to the point where like I was almost in tears. I was running to the bathroom. I remember we all congregated in my mom's room to get ready to go downstairs for Christmas Day. And I ran to the bathroom to just like block my sobbing because I was in so much pain. And I thought it would go away. And it didn't. It just kept coming back and kept coming back. And finally, I could not hide it anymore. I started crying until my mom was in so much pain, and she had to lay me down on the couch. And I got ibuprofen, and like they put a warm compress over my stomach. I got the heating pad out. It was just, that was one of my first real memories of, oh my gosh, I'm in so much pain and I don't know what to do about it. And so ever since then, like the periods have just continuously gotten worse. I've been prescribed multiple different medications for it. I tried multiple different birth controls to kind of see if it could combat the pain or help me out with the pain. Nothing really worked except for I'd say maybe 16, 17, I found a pill that allowed me to have my period once every 3 months. And I was like, okay, I can do the once every 3 months thing. I can do it. If I get my period, 4 weeks out of the year, I can deal with it. Hopefully it's said to help out with the pain. So I was like, that works for me. I can deal with 4 weeks out of the year and where the pain's not anywhere near the type of level it was. I've been tested for endometriosis. I don't have it. I think I just have crazy intense period pains. So yeah, when I got pregnant, I spotted, and then nothing happened. I got pain, a little bit of cramping, but it wasn't anywhere near what I was used to. And then it went away. And I was like, okay, is that it? That's not a period. That's not my period. And boobs started getting bigger, and I was like, we need to go take a pregnancy test. But one of the single best things I applaud, I'm so grateful for, Mother Nature does away with while you're pregnant is no periods. So I got my period last month, but the times don't really match up in terms of how I should have when I got it last month and how I got it now here yesterday. So I'm still kind of thinking my body's still kind of regulating when I get my period. I think I'm starting to kind of more be on a monthly basis now. So hopefully I'm looking forward to January, after New Year's is when I should look forward to that next period coming. Yeah, single best thing about being pregnant is no periods. So I got it. It's here. And I'm just, I've been through labor, I've been through pregnancy, so I'm trying to put it in perspective. I don't like blood. The doctors have really recommended I don't put anything up my vagina for 6 to 8 weeks, and though it has been 6 to 8 weeks, I'm still not really feeling comfortable touching anything down there, definitely not inserting anything up there. It's just, I'm still just very uncomfortable about it. So I'm wearing pads. You can laugh, you can make fun, that's completely fine. I put a tampon in for the first time when I was in 8th grade, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I put it on incorrectly, and it only lasted for maybe like 20 minutes. I had to take it out. It was hurting me. So I wore pads from 8th grade until I wore pads all the way through college. Oh God, I can't even imagine how, people dealt with me with that. I have 4 sisters, so I was made fun of all the time for that. I just wore pads all the time. They're just a lot more comfortable for me. When I started to learn how to wear a tampon, it was just like, oh, I've got to put something in my vagina, and then I got to pull it out, and then it's just like, you know, you're walking around with it, and you're not comfortable because you feel like something's inserted in between your vagina forever and ever and a day, and it's just, I feel like such a little kid when I talk about it, and I'm 30, and it's just like, you know, if you're out there and you understand my pain and you get it, comment, let me know, because tampons were just not it for me. And to be honest, they're still not it. I learned how to do it, and I learned how to, you know, put it up there if I have to. If I'm going swimming or something like that, I'll wear one. But like most of the time I'm working, so I don't really, especially in the summertime, am able to get a day off or anything like that to go to a pool or something, which I'm secretly grateful for. But I've learned how to do it if I have to, but I just don't like doing it. It's just not for me. And so I'm wearing a pad right now, and it's better. I'm still, like I said, triggered by the fact that my period's coming back. It's just like, it's something I just have to, I'm always going to keep in the back of my mind now. It's just like, it's coming, and I'm on ibuprofen right now because, again, the pain is starting to get to the point where it's just like, I just don't want to feel it. I really just don't want to feel it. And so that's what I'm doing right now, but it's your period, and it's just like, again, I sound like such a child talking about it, but blood's just not for me. And it's just like, you know, we're supposed to be women, and we're conquerors of everything, and, you know, we bleed every month out of our bodies, and it's just like not for me. Blood's just not for me. I don't know how people literally become doctors or nurses, because I can't deal with blood. This is a separate topic from my period, but all the way through pregnancy, I had to get blood drawn and blood tests and everything like that. And the thought of having a needle stuck in anywhere in my parts of my body, an IV, anything like that, is just gross. I just don't do blood. I remember the first time I went in and I had to get like vials of blood drawn. I was fine. They took my blood pressure and I was great. And then they were like, okay, we're gonna draw some blood from you. And it was just like, I started sweating. I just had to like reassure myself, just calm down, but like, you can't take my blood pressure after you take my blood, because it's like, it's through the roof, it skyrockets. It sounds really dramatic, but it's just like, it's just, blood's not for me. It's not for me. And so I just have to, when I found out that my period was coming back, I was just like, ugh. So they're not fun. I hate them. However, they're part of life. You got to learn how to live with them. I know there are lots of new discoveries and advances in the healthcare field and the medicine field, of whether or not, you know, you even can take certain types of meds or certain types of prescriptions to be able to block your period and not have them at all. I don't necessarily know how I feel about that. My periods hurt. They suck. But it would be a little confusing for me if I didn't ever have a period. Like I said, I took the medication before that allowed me to have it once every 3 months. And they were heavy for those 3 months. But I wasn't really worried about the flow. I was more worried about the pain than anything else. Women, it's your bodies. I'm never gonna sit up here on my soapbox and preach about what you should or shouldn't do with your bodies at all. That is between you and whatever God you may or may not believe in. It has nothing to do with me. It's not my business. I don't pay your bills. I'm not in your bed. I'm not sleeping with you. I'm not your mother. I'm not here to tell anybody out there what to do. For me personally, just a period every couple months worked for me. Would I go back to it right now? I don't know, because I was on birth control for so long. When I went in to talk to the doctor about what I could do to possibly think about having a child in the future, they told me that I needed to get off birth control in order for my body to regulate, because I had been on it for so long. It needed to get back to normal in terms of the regular hormones that it was producing, instead of the hormones that were being blocked by the birth control that I was on. So I'm really considering having another child within the next couple years, and so I don't want to put myself on birth control just to have it be taken off again, just to regulate. You know, I'll be older. I won't be able to in my opinion, I think I won't be able to personally handle the back and forth and the back and forth. And I don't know how my body is going to deal with the back and forth with me being older. I don't know if that's going to hinder me in the ability to get pregnant again. I don't know. And it's not something I really want to find out. I'm off of it. I've been off of it. I got pregnant easily, a lot more easily than I thought. And so now that I know that's how my body works, I don't want to do the back and forth and to jump through the hoops. It's just, I don't want to deal with that. So, I'm not going to get back on birth control, but I do take ibuprofen for about 48 hours around the clock when my periods come back, because they're that painful. But, yeah, so drop your comments below. Drop your, what you think, your experiences. Do you hate your period as much as I do? Do you curse it to the gods? What did you do when you were younger and you got your period? Did you experience the pain that I did? Did you experience the multiple types of meds and the birth controls that I had to get through and that I had to trial and error with in order to figure out what worked for me? Subscribe. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, if you're interested in the things that are happening with me as I journey through quarantine, raising a newborn, subscribe. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.